vicious, but good karma's a bad. I'm trying to capture your attention. You look sharp, could you cut the tension? Show me you can do it right. I don't wanna waste my time. Tell me, baby. Tell me, baby. Tell me that I'm just too tight. You can't get me off your mind. Don't keep me waiting. 'Cause I want you to be, wanna be like, wow, oh my God, who's that girl? She's on fire. Like, damn, she's the one. Wanna be like, hey, dance with me. Tell me I'm such a masterpiece. Boy, better hurry up, time is running out. I want you to be like, wow. So hey now.
We have a guest.
Yes.
Victoria's here. Welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Welcome. That's the brand new song, Wow. High bar to set for yourself to call it that, right? Right? The song is Wow. The song is Wow.
Well, you also realize how many times in a day you're like, oh, wow, or wow. Like, it's used so much that I know catch people, and I'm like, you're saying it.
That's very good. It's a very smart title.
Thank you very much.
Very, very good. How does it feel to have it out?
It feels so good.
Yep.
I am so excited to have new music out. I mean, it's been 3.5 years, and I've had devoted fans stay with me this whole time, and so to finally have new music out that I love is so exciting.
What does that feel like? You know, the days or the hours leading up to like it's going to drop in 1 hour or 30 minutes. Like, you're nervous, excited?
I think I didn't feel it until it was like out, and then see, the coolest feeling for me is knowing that, okay, when I'm now driving somewhere, anyone in other vehicles could be listening to it. Like, that's the thought I think of. It's like, wow, everyone in this world could be hearing the song right now.
Wow.
You just did it.
Did I just?
You just did Wow.
I don't even know I'm doing it.
Will there be a music video coming out for it?
I have a lyric video for now to get things going, and it's all to be determined. I'm working with a new team this time. We're doing things like differently and doing innovative ways, and I'm leading it with like, how do I want to do it this time? How do I want to do it differently? And so it's all in the works.
What do you think the main differences are in the industry now compared to when you were kind of banging around last time? Now that this is out, now that Wow's out,
there's so many
changes so rapidly, right?
So different. Spotify didn't exist.
Yeah,
Let's just say that. So it's completely different. So that's why it's super exciting now to have my songs on Spotify. And funny you bring it up. My song debuted on the Canada Viral 50 at 29. So yesterday. So it's very exciting to get this energy and this support from Spotify, and all my fans getting directed to there. So it's fantastic.
Is that how you get your music?
I do a bunch of different things. Like, I still will download songs from iTunes. I listen to them on Spotify. I check it on YouTube. So I'm a funny person because it's all sort of a mixture of things. Yeah.
And Chrissy says, I follow you on Insta. Yeah, so how important is that in terms of the social media, like keeping all that stuff up? Is it exhausting at the same time to keep it all up?
Oh, it's super important. I mean, it's a lot, but I'm excited about that part of the job of, like, you get to just talk and interact with people that, like, want to show their support for your music. Like, what better, part of a job could there be? Yeah. So I love it. I love getting that direct interaction with people. So it's not just at shows. It's in between it. It's letting them know about things coming up, and it's just constant chat back and forth with these, amazing people. Yeah.
When you're creating the music too, it's kind of it's tough because you want things to sound like they fit on the radio, but you also don't want to just sound like everything else on the radio.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So in my 3-year journey of writing, it was interesting kind of getting references from people like, oh, try to write something like this, try to write something like that. And then it took me to just go like, no, I want to do things my way, and I want to come up with my own sound. So I kind of shut myself in the studio cave while I made my album. And that's what I feel like Wow brings, that different sort of zest and pop to things, because it is different.
And then it's authentically you. It's not
100%.
Something that, because if you had listened to people 3 years ago about what was going on, think about that, it might be over by now, that sound.
Exactly.
Right?
So that's what's so cool. I wrote 100 songs, and
you wrote 100 songs?
Yes, the last consecutive 10 are what my album is. So exactly that point. These are the most 10 recent vibes, feelings, and emotions that are in my album.
Now, Colleen says, is your new CD out in stores yet? I feel like Colleen's still bringing up CDs.
I still use CDs.
I like CDs. That's
in my car.
I like listening to Backstreet Boys still.
Yeah, album. Yeah, what's the plan for the album?
It's all to be determined. I'm really excited about Wow right now. I mean, it's only been like 8 days. So
It's only been 8 days,
It's only been 8 days.
New,
so I'm still super excited about Wow. And it's all to be determined. I look forward to interacting with my fans and kind of getting, their input on stuff. And let's say there'll be more music, more recent.
And then you can see how that does, see how people react to it.
Exactly.
And then maybe the next single is reflective of the information that you get.
Exactly.
From that,
and let's just say you won't have to wait long.
Yeah. Okay,
oh, that's good.
That's good.
That's super exciting.
Now, I know this is way too early to say because you're still working on the album, but Chrissy's asking, you're going to come to Sudbury, Ontario. Any like plans for a tour? Like you eventually going to?
I have already embarked on visiting some radio stations.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the radio tour is happening. I think Sudbury's on the list to hit up. So that's one of my favorite. I love people.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like getting to go to these places, meeting up with fans. Like that's definitely something that I love about this as well. So I'm coming.
Okay.
Sudbury's on the list.
When you're in studio and you're recording, do you think about how that song's going to translate live? Because you're going to have to sing it live
Yes.
for a long time.
Because for me, the live show, like I love writing, I love recording,
Yeah.
but it's the live show component that I thrive. I love being on stage, and I love that interaction with people from the stage. So it's right from writing the songs, it's like, how is this going to translate and resonate with an audience? So with my dance background, it's also something that I think of. So all of that sort of like energy and like, I categorize songs whether it's like a shoulder movement or like more down in the hips. So I think WOW's kind of like a bounce in the shoulders. So.
Well, Caitlin's asking, what's your favorite lyric from WOW? Gotta run through it in your head.
I just love this statement, like, I want you to be like WOW.
Yeah.
Because for me, WOW is about knowing how awesome you are yourself and owning it and making sure anyone in your circle, that person that you like, sees nothing but that in you, and you're not going to settle for anything less. So I want you to be like, wow, like see that wow in me that I know that I have.
Yeah. That's a great message, you know, and it's tough to put a message in a pop song and not make it sound too messagey, like you're trying to push something or you have an agenda or something.
Exactly.
And writing simple is really hard, isn't it?
Yes, it is, because it's a fine line. If you don't want to make too many songs sound like, oh, well, she just had a bad breakup, or like, oh, she's just trying to, you know, be too like, let's go. So it's this fine line, but the bottom line of it is you just got to be real.
Yeah.
So these are all, everything in the album is just real emotions, real things that I was going through that I then translated into feelings that I feel like are relatable.
Yeah.
That's good. It's obviously important that you're a part of the creative process too of writing the song. That's important to you.
Very important to me. I get to share my message that I want to then share again on stage with my fans. I have that direct connection.
And it's easier to talk, you know, doing press, talking to fans, it's easier to do that if you were the creator of the song too, because it's you. You don't have to prep for anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine not, and I can't imagine also it's hard. Well, for my previous music, I was kind of writing from things I'd hear from my friends or stories that I knew they were going through. Because I was 16. Now I've lived. I've had 3.5 years. And I have so many more like real stories. So that's why I'm also super hyped about my new album and like WOW in particular, because it kicks it off right with stuff that I know I can own.
And now you're even more qualified to get that message of positivity across.
Exactly.
You know?
And that's something that's really important to me. So the fact that I felt these feelings, I'm sharing with people, and then people that can come back and be like, yo, that's how I feel too. It's like, fantastic. Let's talk about
Yes.
it. Let's talk music.
We want to get you to weigh in a couple headlines too. Let's talk about a couple headlines too. Now we're going to talk about Jennifer Lawrence again. So take a look at Jen at a photo call for her new movie Red Sparrow. So she's in London outside the Corinthia Hotel in a black Versace
Looking
gown.
great as usual.
Amazing. And Twitter, of course, was upset over J-Law's look.
That's right. Fans were saying it was sexist that Jen had to be outside in bare arms when the men there were in coats. J-Law found the backlash ridiculous, posting on Facebook, I am extremely offended. That Versace dress was fabulous. You think I'm going to cover that gorgeous dress up with a coat and a scarf? I was outside for 5 minutes. I would have stood in the snow for that dress because I love fashion, and that was my choice. This is sexist. This is ridiculous. This is not feminism.
And she continues creating controversy over silly and innocuous things such as what I choose to wear or not wear is not moving us forward. It's creating silly distractions from real issues. Get a grip, people.
I love that.
Everything you see me wear is my choice, and if I want to be cold, that's my choice too. I don't understand how people would think that JLo would be forced to wear something. Like, do you ever, like, you know, in the name of fashion, like,
should she be wearing a parka?
Hearing that, I say good for her.
Yeah.
Like, I would wear that dress in the snow, she says. Like, you know, I am very proud of her statement of just saying, you know, if I want to wear this, then I'm going to wear it. And I really appreciated also her throw to, there's a lot bigger issues going on. So, like, I love this dress and I want to wear it, so good on you, Jennifer.
I'm just surprised that, you know, people would think that Jennifer Lawrence would be forced to wear something that she didn't want to wear. She doesn't strike me as someone who's,
She
you know,
get out there with it.
with the zest to be like, excuse me?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's just kind of dumbfounded that people, would think that. But yeah, she looks great, and yeah, great for Jen for
She
responding.
looks fabulous, and like, good on you.
Yeah.
I'd wear that dress in the snow too. I love it.
Okay, we also want to get you to weigh in on the age-old debate of whether or not guys look hotter on a motorcycle. Take a look at Prince William getting on one at the Triumph factory in Hinckley, England yesterday and giving it a bit of a test drive. The bike was a Triumph Tiger 1200 for all you bike enthusiasts out there. But does a motorcycle make a guy more? I can't believe I'm being forced to ask you this question.
Guys,
I'm assuming so. You guys want to know my opinion on it.
Do you like a guy on a bike?
You know?
Look at him there.
I have my motorcycle. I have my G and my M, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to. It's not the bike. It's the thought. Okay, does that mean then I am expected to be, to ride on that motorcycle? And then that is terrifying to me. I myself have ridden on a motorcycle, and I've done it once. I do not want to do it again.
No.
I don't crave adrenaline. I don't like danger.
Yeah.
So sure. I'm sure you look super cool, and I'm not taking anything away from you.
I didn't.
But I will not ride on it.
Yeah, no, I get it. Okay, but so you see a guy with a helmet. I think that's the question that we're trying to get at, right? If you see a guy with a helmet and he's got his jacket and his bike's there, is that cool?
It's cool, but I'm like, I just immediately be like, danger, so like.
Right. Heather says it's hotter. Grant says yes, it does. Lisa says I've driven one for years. Heather says it's great. I think it's more the thing that goes along with, like, the bad boy, bad girl, rebellious
Maybe
kind of thing,
let's say if he showed up in like a horse-drawn carriage, that would be more. I would be like, okay.
Prince Harry is taken.
Make it a rom-com, and I'm like, okay, you got me.
You got a horse.
I had a bike for a while. It was like not a fast bike, but I would go outside in the summer when it was good bike riding weather, and I had my air-conditioned car or the bike. I'd be like, do I want to put on a leather jacket, helmet, gloves, boots, or all that, or just get in the air-conditioned car? And the car won every time I sold the bike.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Not
and
cool.
now you have a horse-drawn carriage.
Now, one more question. Caitlin was asking, what's the most surreal moment you've had so far in your career?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Good question. One fact of like my experiences and past that I get very excited any chance I get to like bring it up and like throw it in a conversation without sounding like I'm name dropping would be that I toured with the Backstreet Boys. That was very surreal for me because I was huge fans of them growing up and like know all the words to their songs. So I got to fangirl at 12 Backstreet Boys concerts across Canada. So here I am bringing it up in conversation. But anytime I'm talking with people, I like to name drop that.
I would think that is very, very valuable because you can't go to school to be like a pop star or a rock star. There's no education for it. So learning how to act on stage in front of sold out arenas, the only way you do that is by playing at sold out arenas, and you got to do that.
Yes, and that is, again, like I said, my favorite part. So to get to do arenas, I mean, for me, I'm from Vancouver now, living in Toronto, but like Rogers Arena, I was like, oh my gosh, I've been to so many concerts here. So I toured, 3 times previously. It's such a surreal moment. But I mean, to take it back, it's also such a surreal feeling. Honestly, having Wow Out. It just felt like so many years went by. I didn't know what was going to happen. I had ups and downs and turmoils and
Were there moments where you didn't think it was ever going to happen again?
100%.
Really, huh? Wow.
Yes, I had teams move with me, drop, like go back and forth. So to now have leading the way with this amazing team around me, have Wow Out, that to me feels so surreal, and I'm excited for the journey ahead.
You're glowing. It's incredible.
Speaking of like saying wow in different contexts, people had the reaction of Fergie's rendition of this national anthem with a bit of a wow or wow. But yeah, we also want to get the singer's opinion on this. So Jimmy Kimmel was talking about it, her jazzy version of the Star Spangled Banner.
It's not jazzy. This was not jazzy.
It's jazzy, a little bit jazzy, but he was saying it's a song you shouldn't take a risk on. So do you think as a singer you should take a risk on national anthem, or you can take a risk on a national anthem? Like, would you change up "O Canada"?
Have you done it?
Nelly Furtado did it a couple years ago.
I've sung the U.S. anthem and the Canadian one at like a hockey game. So I've done this. I feel like it's maybe not the time to risk it, but I feel like there's a pressure. There's a pressure to make your own rendition.
Right. To stand out. Yeah.
But I feel like there's a line that can be crossed, whether it crossed the line of being disrespectful, and that's where you go into a gray area. Was Fergie disrespectful to the anthem? I personally don't think so.
No. Yeah.
I think she was singing with passion, and to be passionate about your country is great.
Yeah.
Was it hard for people to sing along to? And perhaps distracting? Yes. Was it disrespectful? I don't think so.
No, was it hard for people to sing along with? That's very funny.
True, yeah. It's very hard. Yeah, you want to be able to.
She owned all the passion without letting other people feel the passion to sing along.
Yeah. I think it was put a little bit too on. Like we're talking about a little bit like the Marilyn Monroe feel to it. I think it was a little bit too put on. Like I think she was a bit more natural and had that kind of instrumentation, but just be a little bit more Fergie and not this wispy.
Yeah, I'm not mad at her. Like not that I would be mad at her, but I don't think she was being selfish or anything like that. I don't think she didn't have any bad intention. Obviously, she wanted to knock it out of the park.
Exactly, and she wanted to fill the room with that passion for her country.
Yes.
But I don't think she heard what everybody else heard, and that's worrisome for a singer.
Yes, that's true.
Yes.
It's wow.
It's just wow.
I just say, just get up there.
We should have counted how many times we said wow in this.
Right?
It's like the only time people talk about national anthems is when they're done badly. Do you notice that?
True.
Nobody ever says, "Man, that was really, really good." Man, that was. Oh, remember
some of the Super Bowl ones when they're really good.
Not
like
months later. Whitney Houston, and there's still the debate going on whether it was live or pre-recorded, right? Whether she was lip syncing. So the only time people really talk about them years later is if they were bad.
It's true. Well,
I agree. I feel like that accounts to a lot of news.
That's
a whole other topic.
Yes.
I feel like there needs to be more positivity.
Social media.
Yes.
There you go. Be careful out there. You know what I mean? Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So great to have you here.
Yeah.
Victoria's single Wow is available now. An album. Keep an eye out for that. Follow you on social media.
That's right. Yeah.
We'll find out when that's coming out. Go get it. Stream it. Download it. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for joining us.